All in all, we have a pretty pleasant December day in the vibe. Up a bit here at Nissan Stadium in Nashville. Today, it's a Week 14 matchup that should be a good one. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line between the Cleveland Browns and the Tennessee Titans. It's a loss of 4 on that first play, and it's second down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. Going to throw right side here, complete. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
On 1st and 10, it's Clement. 2 yards on the carry there, and it'll be second down. So here's the starting 11, and the human highlight reel, Odell Beckham Jr., watch out for him.
One of the few guys in the league that gets you and I out of our hotel rooms early to get here for pregame warm-ups and watch him go through his routine. He's absolutely amazing.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Mayfield. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jeffrey Simmons just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. Mayfield and this Browns offense staring at a 3rd and long now after the sack. 3rd and long for Mayfield. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Jarrell Casey, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. They were trying to set up that screen, trying to get that screen to formulate. Took too long.
Ends up taking a sack, and that leads you to a couple of other questions. Number one, why don't you just get rid of the football near the screen guy so that you don't take an interception? But really, the big one, they just took everything away, and he was really kind of flummoxed on that play and ended up taking the sack.
So the Titans set to go to work for the first time. Ryan Tannehill will be orchestrating the offense, the top 10 pick back in 2012.
I like this guy, and the reason I do, he tends to stand an even keel. Doesn't let too much ruffle him. He will manage the game the way it needs to be managed, take what the defense gives him, and then he can strike at times. Had a touchdown pass. Yes, he had an interception last week, but he found a way for his team to win.
Tannehill and the Titans come up now 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. A shotgun snap for Tannehill. He finds Corey Davis. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. An 11-yard pickup for the Titans and a first down. The numbers for Davis last week, 5 catches, 63 yards.
And he was able to haul that pass in there, but he knows he's got a tough task ahead of him. This unit in the top 5 in the NFL against the pass. He's going to have to really work hard to get open.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on 1st and 10. It's caught by Davis. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. 7 yards to pick up on the pitch and catch.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 46-yard line.
On the ground, this is Derrick Henry. And very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49. And we roll now on the graphics for the offensive starters.
Let's take a look at the left tackle, Taylor Lewan. A big, gregarious guy with great athletic ability. Plays the game with a little bit of an edge. In fact, he doesn't play to the whistle. He plays to the echo of the whistle.
It looks like a nickel set now for the Browns on third down.
Come get some. Come get some. Come on here. Come get some. Here they go.
They'll try to run for the first with Henry. And he's got the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 49. Got what he needed for the first down with a gain of 2.
Well, that was big right there because they're in the bottom 5 in the league in converting on third down. They needed that pickup in a big way.
There were 2 things they said they wanted to win in this game. One, the turnover battle, and the second, third down conversions. So they got one there. Now a play fake here on first down. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. It's a gain of 35.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big gain. So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. Derrick Henry. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. 12 more yards there and another first down. Relatively small sample size, but that's his longest run of the first quarter. Bounced it out to the outside to make it successful.
And to get there, you actually need some help. It's not just your pure speed getting to the corner, making sure that the blocking is taken care of inside so the pursuit doesn't get you. And oftentimes, those wide receivers, tight ends that might be flexed out, they've got to control the edge and make sure no one from the outside can spill the play before he gets there. I don't think there's any doubt that if it's me, I'd be really cautious about continuing to call this play because you got to know, defenders, if they get a free shot at the QB, they want to take it, and they want to take it big.
And they got it there on the option play for a loss. On second down, here's Henry. And he gets in. Touchdown, Tennessee. Derrick Henry with touchdown number 12 on the year as his guys are able to strike first here in this open. Good start to this one, out to the 6-0 lead.
And I've talked with so many different coaches, as have you along the way, and they always talk about winning streaks and the mood of the team and how much easier it is to actually prepare during that time. Guys are sharp, guys are focused, everyone's feeling good, and we're seeing it early in this one.
So that drive in total 8 plays. And Derrick Henry able to finish it off with a touchdown run. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Browns offense heading out as we take a look at the playoff picture in the AFC. And I tell you, 4 weeks still to go, and everything is wide open, and it's fun.
And I know we always talk about, well, if the playoffs were to begin today, and then we kind of go, okay, but they're not. Let's see how it plays out. Wouldn't it be fun to play with this playoff lineup right now? Because to me, just about anyone can win this whole thing out of this grouping we currently have. And by the time we get there, it may look entirely different.
Hey, alert.
A run here with Dearness Johnson. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. Time for a look at our starters here on defense. They're trying to cover up some holes in the secondary. Right now, bottom 5 in the league against the pass at number 28.
And those are the kind of plays that this unit needs to make because they know that going against a team of this magnitude and the way that they're playing, they cannot afford to let them get on a roll early. Chip away at their timing.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Here's Mayfield. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The sack by Harold Landry, the former Boston College Eagle. Mayfield in this Browns offense staring at a 3rd and long now after the sack. To throw, Mayfield. Screen play, Johnson. Got some room at the 30. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. They get 15, but they still needed a little bit more. 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. Do you like the call?
I do. I think it's a high-percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the 1st down. In this case, it didn't happen.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And a great job on special teams to down it as this will be marked out inside the 5-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. And we spotlight Derrick Henry now. And he's sure looking like a lock for a 1,000-yard season. Don't know if he's going to get it in this game, but he'd probably like to just to get past that point.
Yeah, and if he doesn't, as you noted, there's still time, still opportunity. There's still more games to be played. So, yeah, it's not a lock. But barring injury, it certainly looks like he's going to get there. And what an accomplishment that is. Anytime you get over 1,000 yards, you're celebrated in the NFL.
It's been quite a season. Still a couple chapters left in that book, though. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
He's coming. Double up, double up.
Ready?
Now it's Henry. And he'll take this one up to about the 13. 9 yards on the pickup there as he'll be left with 3rd and 1.
That was a good run, probably right on the edge of breaking into something really big. So the defensive guys right now are talking about, okay, what can we do to slow him down before he truly gets started?
Get it.
On 3rd down, Henry. And he's going to have the 1st down as he's marked down just shy of the 20. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains. Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far is working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
Tannehill throwing complete to Davis. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
Great. Get in the weight room. Get in the weight room. Check 24. Check 24.
Speed grip. Speed grip.
A 1st down carry for Henry. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
He only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And that'll hit in the... There's Baker Mayfield as he and the Browns offense comes back. The Browns drive about to get started. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a 1st down and change our momentum?
Right there, 54 miles. Don't get nervous.
On 2nd and 9, Mayfield got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. Big yardage there for the Browns, 18. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Hey, alert 33.
On the carry, here's Clement. The tackle was by the Boston College product, Harold Landry.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high power, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout. And that means your offense has to keep pace.
There's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 37.
As far as tight ends go, this guy's not a speed burner. He's much more of an inline blocking type of a tight end. But how about this last play? Made a nice catch and picked up a first down.
That's what impresses me about him. When he's called upon, usually gets it done. Mayfield tosses one complete to Landry. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. That's good for a Cleveland first down, an 11-yard pickup.
That's the end of the first quarter. With the score
After 7-0 on EA Sports. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Alpha. Let's go, D. It's going to be a long.
From the gun, Mayfield. This is the tight end, Njoku. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. That's good for a Cleveland first down, an 11-yard pickup. A first red zone opportunity for the Browns thus far. They come up 1st and 10 at the 16. Running from the gun, Johnson. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
brings up 2nd and 10 at the 16-yard line.
Throwing on 2nd down. Mayfield, complete. It's Johnson. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and they're going to have a 3rd down. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. Delay of game penalty ships him back 5 yards, makes it 3rd and 10.
Right there. 54, right there. Bravo. Record. Hey, one set. Check, Mike.
Working out of the gun, Mayfield. He gets this one to Johnson. And they're going to drop him well shy of the 1st as he can only make it to the 11. It's a gain of 5, and it'll be 4th down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
So they do get 3 points, but that's now 3 drives with only the 3 points, not a ratio that's going to win you many ball games.
Not at all, Brandon. And think about it this way. We all know payoff is the key, right? And wouldn't we love to have the concession on every T-shirt that's been printed in football that says finish on it? Because that's the mantra everywhere. Got to be able to finish drives, put points on the board.
And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. The big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. That one good for a pickup of 15 for Tennessee.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line.
Come.
This is Henry. He'll take this from the 40 up to the 45 for a gain of 5.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Now Tannehill. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables, otherwise they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
60 outlaw. 58, come on. Watch the screen, watch the screen.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Tannehill, he's set. He's got it at the 15. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. 75 yards receiving for him now. It's a first down. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Tannehill. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
10th carry now for Derrick Henry. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway, because that's your strength.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I think that was a good job there defensively. They did allow them to drive all the way downfield, but once they got their backs to the goal line, they really turned up the pressure.
Yeah, they let them get all the way down here. Now the field shrinks. They've struggled to convert, and that last incompletion brings up 4th. So unable to convert for the touchdown inside the red zone, but they do come away with 3.
Yeah, it's a 32-yarder. That's essentially an extra point nowadays, right? Because it's 33 as a general rule for these guys. So it should be a simple kick. But you know what's really strange nowadays? When they miss an extra point, I think they carry that with them longer than missing a field goal, because an extra point's supposed to be automatic.
Absolutely, and I would think even field goals inside of 30 yards, even though they're substantially shorter than a PAT, it just has a different feel, doesn't it?
A different feel, a different vibe. That's what I get from all the kickers I talk to. They always say, if I miss an extra point, that's the one that bothers me more.
A good pickup there, 22. That tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
Mayfield throwing quickly out to Beckham. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. A good pickup there for the Browns, 15 yards. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
Point it right, point it right, point it right. Go, go.
Mayfield to throw it. And he's got it. Got his man on the end route, complete. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. It's a gain of 10, and the Browns are going to get a 1st down. Mayfield now 11 for 11. Perfect in this opening half. It's 1st and 10. They'll throw again. Here's Mayfield. He's got Njoku, his big tight end. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
I know the halftime's approaching, but I don't think he's going to want to take a break. That's his 5th catch.
Yeah, they've really been targeting the tight end.
180. 54. 54. I'm going to run. Hey, we're 33. Check 3, check 3, check 3. Hey, alert, 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 alert. My God.
Mayfield with it once more. And it's caught. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. 3 yards is the gain that time, 2nd and goal.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal, because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal.
Come on, QB, come on. Shoot. Patch it.
Going to the air again with Mayfield. And this is caught for a Browns touchdown by Landry. Jarvis Landry hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Extra point by Seibert up and good, and we are even at 10 apiece. A drive that time of 6 plays, and it's capped off by the Browns touchdown. All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away. The Titans offense now, they get ready to do battle again here. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
Every year I go to the combine and marvel at the speeds that linebackers are running nowadays. They run like DBs. And let's face it, they know how to finish plays too. Eyes up, head up, run right through them.
On 2nd down now, it's Henry. 7 yards on the carry. Make it 3rd and 4 coming up.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
The Titans on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Tannehill. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
Landry now on the return. And now it looks like he's in some discomfort after being tackled at the end of that return. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at their own 24.
Push him back. Right there, 54.
Mayfield looks to throw, with a catch made by Johnson. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. From the gun, a run for Johnson. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. He'll pick up another 1st down with that run.
Mayfield finding Beckham, and he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 14 yards, and it's a Cleveland 1st down. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. It doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary, figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
Hey, let's go. Mike 54. All day.
Mayfield now. Man open, that's Damian Ratley. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 22-yard line. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. On the ground, this is Johnson. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
It's a gain of 6. First down.
Regular. You got time. 80 weapon. You got time. Run. Check 3.
First down, Mayfield. And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. An 11-yard touchdown. And the Browns have taken the lead. And, partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern, and it was in the middle third of the field.
And that's really difficult to do because ordinarily the safeties are back there to prevent that happening. But they found the opening and exploited it.
Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And that makes it a 17-10 score. So that drive takes them down the field in 8 plays. And it ends with a touchdown for Cleveland. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Derrick Henry trots back out there and gets ready to go. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the second quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call it in the West Coast offense, the long handoff?
Yeah.
Service.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. So now 20 yards to go on second down. Tannehill. That's caught by Hollister. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 30.
Holding offense.
So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Here's Tannehill now on second down. Incomplete.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. So a short drop, but he's able to get it out, and this is a good kick. That's taken at around the 40. Now a hit and a loose football. It's picked up by the Titans, and they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line.
And that's what friends are for.
As the returner, you know who you're buying dinner for later.
Oh, without a doubt, because he just took care of you and your team in a big way. You know, you turned it over there. That's a big momentum changer and put your defense in a bad spot.
Here's Tannehill, and his throw's going to be incomplete. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41.
Coming this way. Here we go. Ready.
Tannehill now to throw. He'll get this to his tight end. It's Jonnu Smith. Now Tennessee going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Now a first down throw, Tannehill. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Now the Titans will use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Back to throw, Tannehill. He's going deep for Brown. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock. He was trying to get it to A.J. Brown that time. And it's 3rd down.
And you just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Out of the gun, Tannehill. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Myles Garrett, it's his 20th sack of the season as he continues what could be a record-setting campaign. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you and Charles in a bit. But first, let's get to some of these scores around the NFL here in a busy Week 14. We'll get started up at Lincoln Financial Field in Philly, where it was definitely a game with some intrigue, as you can see by the score line. 24-13, the final score. From there, we head down south to Atlanta to check on the Falcons at home at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. And for the moment, they trail the visiting Saints in that one. 2 touchdown passes there for the venerable one, Drew Brees. Lastly, let's get to the Windy City, see what's happening with the Bears at home at Soldier Field. And they trail that one over the visiting Green Bay Packers. Aaron Rodgers has thrown a touchdown pass.
And okay, so much for our halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess that in the locker room, they talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there, just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. That's a first down pickup for Tennessee on a gain of 10. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Tannehill. This will be caught by Brown. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Now a play fake, and it's Tannehill. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete. They were trying to go to Brown once again, and it's 3rd and short. Looked like he had a couple of different options as far as who to throw to on that play. And who am I to say this, but I'm not sure he made the right decision.
Well, the window of opportunity is always going to be small in the NFL. That's why those quarterbacks who make quick decisions and have quick releases have the most success in this league.
Here's Tannehill, and it's complete. Henry. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. It'll be a gain of 6 that time as it moves the chains as well.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They've become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 49-yard line. They'll run with Henry. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
They'll run it again with Henry. He takes it down to the 42, a 5-yard run.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means fourth down. A good rally to the football holds him to 2, and that brings up a fourth down.
Well, it wasn't a big strike, but that completion put them in really great range. What do we have now, 4th and inches?
Yeah, it's not more than a half a foot.
You know what I would do here?
You would always go for it.
I'm one of those guys.
And it's a fake here on 4th and inches. And he's going to let it go deep. Oh, and this turns into a mess as it's intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward.
We got this.
On 4th down, that turned out like a punt. Maybe he was better defensively there just to knock it down.
And you know they go over those situations. All right, 4th down, where's the ball? Where would we get the ball? But instinct takes over, and when it's in the air, they just go and get it. So it's hard to get on him for intercepting it, but the smart play would have been what you suggested. Knock it down and take over in a deeper position. Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
And they'll get him down up past the 15-yard line. It's a gain of 10, and the Browns are going to get a first down. So a little breathing room now. 1st and 10 at the 17. Here's Johnson. And he's taken down. It's a gain of 3 from the 17 to the 20. And now timeout is whistled as it appears there's a Brown shaken up on the play. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. They go back to the ground, this time Clement. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2. An extra defensive back out there for the Titans now here for 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. And this is going to be incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. They'll call that a 61-yard punt. He got all of that one, and it'll be Titan football. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Holding offense.
You need your wide receivers as blockers. Sometimes they get a hold.
The big runs are often a result of what they do on the perimeter. In this case, got caught holding, and this one will come back.
After the penalty, it's Henry. And he's taken down. It's a gain of 3 from the 17 to the 20.
But obviously they would deal with 2nd and long.
I thought they would have passed it after the penalty. Probably wish they would have now. Now on 2nd and 13. Tannehill. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just 1 target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target of the second half.
Yeah, it should not stop them at all from going back to him. Find him. Find him.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
We're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. Fielded at about the 28. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And the Browns will take over, 1st and 10. And now the Browns coming out on the field.
This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
Tighten up. Point it right. Point it right. Point it right. Protein spill.
On first down, Clement. Pernell McPhee in there on the stop.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Hey, alert, 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 alert. Hey, alert 33. Hey, team 6. Team 6.
On third down, Mayfield. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to fourth down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And did they keep it in? They did. They kept it in. It's down close to the goal line at the 1-yard line.
Amazing. Perfectly placed. If that ball goes 1 extra yard, maybe not even an extra yard, the starting point is the 20.
So there is a reason that a lot of punters are also excellent golfers. They know distance control. You know what else they have? Same groove motion over and over. Once they have that down, it repeats under pressure.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive.
And after the punt, they have a long way to go if they want to tie this football game.
And when you say a long way to go, you mean the full 99 yards backed up almost as far as you can be. And they also have to be aware that the defense is going to come after them. A lot of defense will blitz and attack in this situation, hoping to cause a little bit of havoc.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Henry will get it. He's been busy today. And he will forge his way forward only up to the 2-yard line. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on third down. Again, it's Henry. And not much there as he gets it up to about the 5-yard line. It's a gain of just 3, and the offense likely going to yield to the punting unit here on fourth down.
Well, they got off the field on third down. An excellent job, an excellent defensive series. We always talk about adjustments, and usually only at halftime. But the best teams adjust series to series. And on that series, they adjusted so well that they got the job done in fine style.
12 yards on the return that time. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Baker Mayfield leads the offense out for their next possession. He's played well. Good first half. He's continued that here in the third quarter. But my question, when you're a head coach, what do you look at stat line-wise for your coach? Do you go right to turnovers?
You really do. As much as coaches don't want to talk about that, that's where it starts. When I played in college, our first rule for every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. And that's kind of how they judge you. Do you take care of the ball, not turn it over, keep it in the proper hands, and give your team a chance to win?
Well, that's what he's done here in this one so far. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Now Mayfield. And he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in this second half. Instead, it's third down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And the blitz does come. It's caught by OBJ. And he'll only get this to the 47. He needed a few more yards to pick up the first. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. They decide against going for it on 4th and 1, maybe to the dismay of their offense, but, hey, a nice consolation prize down inside the 5.
Nice consolation prize indeed. So maybe the offense is upset, but they show confidence in their defense by punting it away.
The Titans offense now, they get set to head back out here. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Continues to be a struggle for this offense and this home crowd. They're growing a little restless here in the second half.
And I think they've just got to look at how they're trying to move the football. Yeah, you want to run it, but maybe you spread it out, maybe some swing passes that can take the place of runs and give you a little more space.
5 yards on the carry there, and it leaves them with 3rd and about 6 yards to go. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Here's Tannehill. Olivier Vernon in there yet again. What else is new? He continues to rewrite the record book in single-season sacks.
He's the NFL sack leader coming into the game, and now that's 2 more that he's added to his total.
He wants some separation from spot 1 and 2 in that sack category. He'll take it at the 42.
Illegal block in the back. Return team.
And that negates a pretty decent punt return.
And the goal is to gain a first down on a punt return, which is 10 yards. This was much more than that, but it is going to come back due to the illegal block in the back.
For the Browns, good starting field position as they have it 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. Kevin Byard up to make the tackle. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Mayfield off the play fake. He'll buy some time right. His throw incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. Mayfield. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he will have a first down here, but I have a feeling it's not going to be for long. They're already walking backwards. So that one a hold right guard.
And you understand why offensive and defensive linemen probably go to martial arts schools and work on their hands so often, because that can be the make or break difference on a play. This time he had to grab a jersey in order to make the play happen. Got caught for the penalty.
54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check, check. Watch 54.
3rd and long for Mayfield. He finds Beckham complete. There he goes left side. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Odell Beckham. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And we spotlight Derrick Henry now. And he's closing in on that number that all running backs circled beginning of the year, the number 1,000. Couldn't do it on this drive.
And you have to think to yourself, at this moment, getting to this spot, it started in the offseason, right? Not just the workouts, right? Not just getting yourself physically prepared to play, but mentally, as well as your team, as well as your unit, head coach, offensive coordinator. We run the football. We give you opportunities. He's taking advantage of it.
And when you get this close to the mark, you just hope things don't tighten up, right? You probably want to get there and get it in your rearview mirror.
You really do, don't you? Because now it becomes predominant, and you wonder about play calling as well. Do you want to call plays to get that out of the way, or are you still calling plays to win the game first? That becomes the burden of the play calling.
Give them 16 yards there, a Tennessee first down.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple. They'll keep it on the ground. Henry. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. Now a timeout being called as there's an injured Titan down on the field. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. So from the 36 now, first and 10. Now Tannehill. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. Back now in Nashville. It's Titan football here as they trail to begin the fourth quarter. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Let's go. 70, Indy. He can't hang. He's not going to get me. Check 43. Let's go.
Throwing again on second down. Tannehill. It's brought in by Harris. 23 yards on the play. Great mix of play calling so far. 3 runs, 3 passes. All 3 passes have been completions. First and goal.
I think on defense now, you have to almost take a chance. Rely on your scouting. Pick a play you think they would run here and just load up for it and see what.
And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out. So reverse the celebration. We'll see if they have something else in their bag of tricks.
And isn't that always tough to watch when they score and you see the excitement, and then when they realize those points aren't going to count?
And he will take this one in for a Titans touchdown. A great effort there. His 5th touchdown now on the year as his guys are back within a single score. They were able to stop him at the line on first down, but this time he punches his way through.
And sometimes just because you're stopped on the first run, it doesn't mean the play call was bad or incorrect. You might just need better execution and just a tad more determination, and they got it done on the second try.
So here comes the kickoff, and what now is just a 1-score, 6-point game. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Charles, you'd said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are, because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they've had an answer for it.
Right there, 54 Mike. Watch the run. Watch the safety creep. Shit. Point it right.
They'll begin on the ground with Clement, and not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
55. Right there in the middle. 55. Come on, small.
From the gun, Mayfield. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. So apparently some grabbing there in the middle of the O-line.
I've often wondered why that doesn't happen more often for guys that play center. Having to snap the ball and then trying to get your hands into the proper position, that's difficult to do. He got caught that time.
Here's Mayfield. He's got Njoku, his big tight end. It'll be a gain of 18 on the play, and they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Throwing, Mayfield, buying time to his left. Taking matters into his own hands, and he picks up 4 yards and a 1st down. That is an absolute backbreaker. That was a design passing play, wasn't a draw. You think you got him stopped, good coverage downfield, and he's able to pick up the 1st with his legs. Defensively, that kicks into your psyche and hurts a little bit, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and here's the thing. Anytime you give up a 1st down, it hurts you psychologically, but it hurts more when they get it this way because you've covered everything. He didn't have any place to throw the football. He takes off running and picks it up anyway, and now you have to stay on the field for an extra set of downs.
And really could have used that stop trailing here in the 4th. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10.
Hey, Delta. 54 Mike.
And for Mayfield, this could be a free play. He finds his target, Beckham.
Offside, defense.
And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
Real. Here we go. Hurry. Hey, man. Watch the boot.
On 2nd down, Clement. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves him with a 3rd and 3.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead, positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Hey, dude. Mike 5-4.
3rd and short yardage. Mayfield, wide open receiver, complete. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 36.
Couldn't just sit on it here, could they? Had to throw the ball on 3rd down. Got the big completion in the pickup. Fresh set of downs now. They've got to feel great.
And defensively, a backbreaker.
Exit.
Mayfield now looking to throw on 1st down. It's caught. Beckham. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland 1st. They'll run on 1st down. Clement. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And that's going to make it 2nd and 14. They'll run again with Clement. And an alley to run. And they've got it in the red zone now, down at about the 19. 8 yards on the run, and that cuts this down to a 3rd and about 5. The Browns on 3rd down. They've converted a 1/3 of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This will be 3rd and 5. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. And that is incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
So his 2nd field goal of the game, and that could turn out to be the big one.
Yeah, you have to make them score twice to beat you, and that's not impossible. But here in the 4th quarter, puts their backs clearly against the wall.
This is fielded at the goal line. And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line. Now the Titans getting set to go. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you score points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
A nice-looking play to start the drive down the middle and complete. That one goes for 24 yards.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game. Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. The ball comes out, and this is picked up by the Browns. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return for a Browns TD. The offense, they've had some sloppy moments. Sloppy there again on that one, and it could be the backbreaker.
From a defensive perspective, if the offense is going to be sloppy, you've got to take advantage of that. And that's what they've done all game long.
The defense more than did its job. Now the offense is summoned onto the field as they'll go for two.
Here we go. Check. Check out. Point it right. Point it right. Point it right. 55. Real. 55.
Stop your whining.
Check 37. Check 30. Alert.
Mayfield now after the fumble recovery. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
That's how you do it.
They had the big play on the fumble return. They were looking for the 1-2 punch, but they couldn't get that two-point conversion.
And I have to wonder, were they scheduled to go ahead and kick the extra point? But after a play like that, you talk about the 1-2 punch, right? It's a momentum play. Go for two and really try to capitalize, and that's what they attempted.
Get ready.
And as this offense makes their way back out, it's AFC playoff race time as we give you a look. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. Now a first down throw, Tannehill. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Myles Garrett in there for the sack, and that is now 21 for him on the year. Wow, what a season. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And able to get it here to about the 16-yard line. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down.
Check. Check. 36. Ready.
Throwing on third down, Tannehill. And he's got a man, Corey Davis. And a nice gain of 21 yards. Fourth quarter, every drive so critical, and you figure they only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the second touchdown.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Myles Garrett in there for sack number 22 on the year. And, folks, that's just a half sack shy now of Michael Strahan's record of 22.5 set in 2001. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Here's Tannehill, and that's incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. This is Harris on the draw. Across the 30 to the 31-yard line. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up fourth down.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on fourth down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. They're going for it. This is Harris. Oh, and they had him stopped short of the first, but a penalty marker down. And that looks like a clear face mask to me. Well, when you're leading in the fourth quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
A lack of discipline defensively on fourth down, and now that leads to a 1st and 10. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Harris. They'll wind up getting 4 down to the 36.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
At the 36-yard line.
Let's get out 61. Match box. Now.
From the 36, Tannehill. This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 33. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
Well, you're trailing. It's the fourth quarter, and you've got to throw the football. But the defense knows this, too. So they're just going to sit back, bring in an extra defensive back or two, the old nickel or dime strategy, Brandon, and wait for you to put that bad boy up for grabs. And this one winds up being intercepted.
Check Mike 54. Mike 54.
On the ground, it's Clement to start the drive. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Holding offense.
So he was holding from that left tackle position.
Everyone tries to keep their hands inside when they're blocking ever since they liberalized the rules where you can extend them out. But sometimes they get out a little wide and they get detected grabbing some cloth.
Alpha.
Mayfield down. Over the middle to Beckham. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. They get 14 yards, but not enough for the first down due to the previous penalty.
King. Hey, Haywood. Hey. I'm coming.
Looking to throw again on second down. Mayfield firing quickly here, and that's complete. That one a first down pickup of 8.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the fourth, and boom, he's on.
You can just go ahead and play.
SOS. Hey, alert. Mike 54. Pistol.
On first down, Clement. And he's not even able to get back to the line of scrimmage. Now there's also a flag down, and it's in the area of holding. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off near the 44 and to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over. After the interception, here's Tannehill. And a quick throw here. That's complete. That throw good for 4. It's second down. At this stage, this drive's got to be touchdown or bust because you need 2 of them.
And if I'm the offensive play caller, I'm not just looking at my dagger plays downfield. I'm looking at some of my specials, something that can fool them and give you a big play now.
With a sense of urgency.
No doubt.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 50 catches for him now on the year, and he's got a first down. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
When we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, you know, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
So the Titans in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. To throw again on second down. Tannehill, Myles Garrett. My goodness, make that now 5 sacks for him in this ball game. Really turning in an incredible performance. And he's going to get this to about the 20, but that is well short of what he needed. Now Tannehill. And this is caught for a touchdown. Hold everything here. Flag in the backfield. This one might be coming back. Down in this one, they needed that score, but they'll have to hold at least for the time being.
You're exactly right. Points that they had to have. As you said, they have to regroup now and see if they can get them another way.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. They run for it with Harris. And he won't get there. They stop him a few yards short of the line to gain. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Browns are going to win the football game. So with that, we can just about close the book on this one, Charles.
Yeah, what's the old expression about slim and none? Well, Slim just left town on that
They're
one.
down to none?
Yes, exactly right.
And they will take a knee here. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
Bravo! Hurry! Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Don't let him breathe.
So instead of running, Mayfield's going to throw it here. Now Tennessee going to use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with 65 seconds remaining. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
Go! Hurry! 54.
Mayfield looks to throw. And that will be incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. So now Tannehill and the Titans down by 15. 53 ticks to go. They've won 3 in a row, but they've got work to do if they want to get a 4th in a row as they come up on 1st down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
Out of the gun, Tannehill. And this one complete to Smith. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. That 1st down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Here's Tannehill. Complete. Smith has it. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. Here's Tannehill. Able to find Harris, complete. And he will have the 1st down as he's brought down up near midfield. Now the Titans will use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. On 1st down, it's Tannehill. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Jonnu Smith, the tight end, his intended receiver. But it'll be 2nd down. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw is Tannehill. He's going to let it fly. Incomplete. And we're down to 8 seconds now.
Brings up 3rd down and 10.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10.
Let's go, D. Tighten up.
Throwing again is Tannehill. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Mackenzie Alexander with a pick. And he's going to go down as time has now run out on this game.
Interference. Defense.
This home crowd, they're happy with that call.
I like the way you said happy there, right? The so-called good guys didn't get a call. They feel like it's been that way all afternoon. You feeling their pain?
They finally got one.
Yes, they did.
Single.
One last throw here for Tannehill. And this is dropped and incomplete. Well, there's a metaphor for how this one is gone as time has run out on this ball game. So Cleveland able to come away with the victory here. And it was Baker Mayfield who led the way. The #1 pick in 2018, he showed why he was so coveted.
And it was interesting because you remember headed into the draft in 2018, the projections on where Baker Mayfield was going to go, it varied. But rarely did anyone suggest he would go #1 overall. And he did. Showed exactly why. It's not just how he plays. It's not just his arm and his vision. It's the leader.